you want to go first or second?
Yeah, I'll go first. I'll go.
Okay.
Yeah, think about like, do you
So
hit
you
it?
get to place one token.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I have this question of like whether it's better or worse to like let you like give you like take a bigger opportunity now and give you a bigger opportunity later. But I'm gonna just go for it. I'm gonna take a 6 for my first move, and I will I'll cover those 6s on the board. It looks like there's one.
So I usually go by 1 times 6,
Right.
2 times 3, 3 times 2,
Just for like a
and
language talk about
6
it.
times.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go with my one of my favorites. I think
I already know.
I'll go with.
I think I know it.
Well, for me, it's always between like the 24 or the 12.
About 24 before this game even started.
Yeah, I'll do that one. So I'll go ahead and take here 3 times 8 and 4 times 6 and 6 times 4 and 8 times 3. So we've got those on there now. Now it's your move it. You can move the 4 or the 6.
So that's interesting. So what's so clever about this actually, it's funny, like all the things that I'm seeing as I start to play. So you got that and that. The things I'm seeing as we start to play is like, of course, you only get a maximum of 1 play per board. And I assume 4 plays is the maximum, unless there's something I'm not seeing yet, which there probably is. But that's okay. I want to do, I think I want to do,
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go on a few fronts here.
Totally.
So I'm gonna go with 3 times 6.
Yeah.
Take 18. Yeah, so we got 2 times 9, 3 times 6, 6 times 3, and 9 times 2.
I'm gonna go 6 times 5.
Yeah.
I'm moving that 3 to 5, and I will definitely take
All right.
30s. So let's see. So that is 5 times 6, 6 times 5. But that's actually all I get out of that because this doesn't go to 10, it just stays.
Yeah.
It's central, but you only
wise.
many plays at once when you go to the center because the 5 not factoring. The fact that it's prime means that you don't get the different options for how many different plays you get.
Yeah.
That's funny. Also, now that you say it, of course it's obvious, but it's actually pretty interesting symmetry there that when you play 5 times 6, you both get the middle of one off-center square and an off-center square of the middle. Pretty interesting. So can you move and you can go 5 times 5 too. You can move them both to the same spot if you want to and take the 25.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and that guarantees, whenever you do that too, I mean, it guarantees that I'll get a second play in the 5s,
right?
And it forces you to play in the 5. So that's an interesting strategic move too.
Yeah. Yeah, deceptive how much strategy actually goes into this.
I will take 5 times 5.
Will you?
Let's see.
All right. Okay. That's gonna make that middle harder to get.
Just a single play.
Yeah. I have this weird feeling like I want to be like doing the things that will allow me to win these other boards. But then why? Like, what am I getting out of that? It's very unclear. Yeah. So, right, so I could do 2 times 5, for example, and then I'd have 2 different directions to go on that top board, but is that even worth doing? That's so not clear yet. Okay, I will do 5 times 9, and I will take
Okay.
5 times 9 and 9 times 5, and take those ones. And I'm right. That color. So I don't know.
45. 45 and 45. Okay, so 5 times 9, 9 times 5. Well, I think I'm gonna take the 15 while I can.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's 5 times 3 and 3 times 5.
Uh-huh. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to move from the 5 to the 1 and take 1 times 3 and 3 times 1.
Nice.
And yeah.
Nice. I'll do 1 times 9.
Oh, thought you were going to do 3 times 3, but that's yeah, same difference there. Yeah. Yeah, 1 times 9.
It's a triple play. So there's an interesting thing that happens with sort of the
square numbers,
symmetry with square numbers. Yeah. There's triple plays.
Yeah, I have to say there's something really fun about the symmetry here. The fact that you made 9 like factor squares rather than like a 9 by 9 multiplication table gives this really nice thing where you can read out from one of the clips like which one you're starting with. Like I can actually use this as a guide to figure out how to multiply. And I'm going to go ahead. So I think I'm going to do so 9 times 6. So for 54, and that actually gives me a control of one of them. So that gives me 6 times 9.
Yes.
9 times 6. But I was just going to say, it's nice how you can say, you can read one of them off as like, go to the blue ones and take that 9th square of them. And then the other one is go to the pink ones and take that 6th square, that one that's in that position. It's nice that it gives you a totally visual, color-based way to read them off. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and something else. I mean, you started to mention this around the 5s being in the middle of the board, but that same symmetry is true for all of the
right,
for all of the multiples. So like all the multiples of 3, for example, are in the top right of the big board, and they're also in the top right of every square. So when you're starting to get down to like what are your options, right now it's 6 times 9, so I can look at on the factor board too. I have the blue square for 6 is in the middle of the right, and all of the if there are any 6s left, they're going to be in that position on each of the little tic-tac-toe boards. So I see 42 and 48 are available. And then for the 9s, it's in the bottom right, and it's whatever is available still on the bottom right. So I can see that
the fact
there's
that
36, 60.
I know what move you're going to make next now, and I'm actually just see that I made a mistake with my last move. But that's okay. Go ahead and do it.
I don't know that it's really. I mean, it's not necessarily.
Frankly,
there's no way of knowing. There's no way of knowing at this point if it's going to help me to take this, but it is. It is two boards, 2 boards in once. So I'm going to do 9 times 3.
Yeah.
And that gives me that one 3 times 9, and then 9 times 3, and I get 2 O's.
Pretty nice.
Yes, that's set up nicely. I would like to say I planned that all along, but I think that just worked out.
I'm going to take 8 times 9. I'll take 72. And I don't need, and 9 times 8 is already, that board's done. So
you got that one. I'm going to do 8 times 1.
Oh, that's interesting.
So that's 8 times 1, 1 times 8, 4 times 2, and 2 times 4. One of the only quadruple plays left, fully available.
Yeah, that's interesting. So man, I feel like I have to avoid the 7 and the 5. I'd love to go play there, but yeah, it just feels like it's too powerful to give that to you. Especially because then on the big board, I'm just in such trouble if you get that center spot. I'll do 1 times. This is one of these moments where I feel like I need to actually think ahead a lot of steps to figure out my plan here is. But I think I'm just gonna go and see what happens instead. 1 times 1.
1 times 1.
Yeah.
Okay. So you took one of the only single plays on the board.
Yeah.
So now I have to take something from the ones. What's the best one here? I kind of like 5.
Are you doing that?
Yeah, I kind of like 5. Again, I'm not thinking too far ahead.
Yeah, I can see in this game, if you actually want to think it all through, it's like you could spend a long time, or you could just kind of go and yeah. I'm gonna do 7 times 5, and I'm taking that 35 square, and the other one too. 5 times 7, 7 times 5.
5. Okay. 5 times 2. And I'll take that middle board, but then there's also 2 times 5 as well on the top.
Right.
Top middle.
Okay. So you get the middle square, you now own it. So you only have a single way to get that one right now. So I think what I'm going to have to do, there's so many things I want to do all at once. But I think what I'm going to have to do is go 1 times 2.
Yeah, it's good move.
And then that gives me the left corner. I own that one now.
Yes, you got that one.
And then I have another one from.
I'm gonna do. I'm actually just gonna take the bottom middle while I can take it. So I'll do 2 times 8, take 16, and then that also is so 2 times 8 and 8 times 2. Which, if you want to take that top middle, you can. At this point.
Right, I can see how you can actually start looking ahead in this game deeply. Well, let me just try that and we'll see what happens. And that way I can just learn by doing instead. So I'll take 2 times 2.
2 times 2. Got it.
Yeah, because I think that, gives you 28 though. See, no, that's okay. Yeah, let's try it. That's, okay.
2 times 2.
That gives me 4, and it gives me 4 times 1 also, if that helps. So that just prevents you from picking up an easy win later. Maybe, we'll see.
Yeah. Did you say it gives me 28? You think I can get 28 with
2? Sorry, 14 is what I meant. That's
yes. It does give me 14.
So that forces you to move to 14.
I have to do 2 times 7. But I mean, you get to play on 7 as well.
Right. So you play and take 14. So you can right, that idea that you can actually force people to play where you want them to play, that's pretty that's pretty devious. Fun. I like that. bad. So we're just playing on 2 squares right now. Oh yeah.
Yes, it's the end game now.
Yeah, really.
And it's 2 times 7, so it's really, you really only can take multiples of 7. You really only have the ability to play on the 7s board right now.
Yeah, that's crazy. But then if I go to 4, then you get to play on the 4 board, right? Because I would love to take 7 times. I would love to do 4 times 7, but then that hands that board to you, and I never. Of course, then that's interesting. That actually creates a cats game potentially, right there.
You actually have a good. I mean, if you take a 7 that's not a 4, then
you have to stay on
well,
7.
no,
right.
I can.
Right, it sort of forces you to
I
go.
would have to.
I see.
It does force me into 28.
Right, and then if I take 42, you're forced to go to 28, and then I can go to 20, but then you can go to 36. Oh, but a cat's game is a shared square. Man, this is crazy. Okay.
When it becomes a cat's game, when it's fully filled in, it's a wild card.
I'm going to go ahead and try this. Let's just see how it goes. I'll go 6 times 7, and I'll take 42. Let's see what happens. I feel like I need to see, because yeah, interesting.
And then, I have to take 28. My only move.
Is that true? No, you could play another 7.
6 times 7. Oh yeah, that's true. That's if I want. I guess that's if I want to play on both boards. Well, I'll go with that, I guess.
Yeah.
I didn't really think it through at all.
It's almost like it's a little wormhole where it's like the fact that you go on 2 boards means now I get to move from one of those boards to the other if I want to. Like it's like you've opened a door between those boards, and now I get to like, choose a move between them. So if we cats game, is that better for me? I don't even know. Okay, let's just see what happens. I'll do I'm kind of a person who just has to play through it and see. I'll do 4 times 5, and I'll take the center of that one, which I think feels like we're gonna have a cats game, though I guess let's see. The fact that you can get a wild move, though, is pretty dangerous for me. Though no, it won't happen. All right, well, let's see.
Okay, so I'll take I do actually have to, I don't have a 7 move here. This is interesting. I think I have to do I'll block you, I guess. 9 times 4.
Yeah.
And then you can.
So now, okay. So if I go away from, so I can either play 4 times 8, make that a cat's game, and then you move over to the other board, and then we kind of play it out. And we're effectively playing like regular tic-tac-toe then. Oh, but if that happens, oh, wait a minute, am I going to win this? I think I have a way. So
I think you can. Yeah.
So I'll do right, because that's the only way for you to move from board to board is to stay in the same square. This is crazy. 4 times 8, 32. That's a cat's game. It's now wild, so it's both yours and mine.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is crazy. And now we're going to be playing tic-tac-toe, except your next move is forced.
Yeah. Okay. So that's a wild card. And then I have to do 8 times 7.
And then I, of course, am going to leave that one on 7. And I mean, it looks like I have multiple ways to do this. I just have to make sure there's not some weird thing, but it's 7. It should be fine. So 7 times 9 is 63.
Mhm. Yep. And then I can only block one of your directions, so I'll do 1 times 7.
And then I will do 3 times 7. Unbelievably, I have to say, I thought I had lost to you a long time ago. The fact that that came out is astonishing to me. What a surprising game.
Yeah.
There is a strategy in here that is much deeper than I thought there would be before I played. There's way more going on here. I can actually see how you could just like look at this and just go deeper and deeper into thinking about it. And presumably there's an optimal way to play this game too. Man.
Yeah, it's a finite game. So
Yeah.
there's definitely probably like a you could use machine learning to actually figure out what the optimal strategy is.
Right.
But what I like about it is at the end, like you could actually go back. I could, take a screenshot of like, I think I know what move where I went wrong.
Yeah.
And kind of think through once it gets closer to the end. I mean, there's too many possibilities mid game. There's just so many different directions it can go. But once you get down to like, maybe like 5 or 6 more moves, you can kind of break it down and figure out what the optimal strategy is.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to. I mean, and really, like, obviously, the strategy. I mean, what's great is this has a lot of nice things in this game. The fact that you can just start playing, that you can use it as a guide to help you with multiplication, that you're practicing your multiplication as you do it, and that it essentially gives you a way to practice those things in order to play the game. But still with the visuals and the connections. But then the fact that even though it's very easy to begin playing, the strategy here ends up being really deceptively deep. I sort of started blind and I didn't know what a good move was going to be. And it definitely pulls you in where you don't, it's like you don't know what to expect. Like what the implications of a move are. I don't know how long it would take me to develop a really deep intuition for this game. Yeah, it's cool. Cool, Federico. The end game was super fun, actually. Like the way there were certain choices that end up being forced, and the way, right, it has that checkers-like quality, I guess, of like you actually by offering something to someone, you force them to take that one move because there's only 2 boards open or 3 boards open, and yeah, I did not see that coming ahead of time. Actually, that was really interesting. I've played versions of this game before, but that actually is something that I haven't seen before, and it's way better actually than like other much simpler pencil and paper games like this that I've played. Yeah, super cool. Boy, I could really imagine using this in like a 3rd grade, 4th grade classroom and having the kids love it.